Chapter 595, Spoils of War. Lumion wasted no time with pleasantries and accepted Gandalf's invitation without hesitation. Firstly, within the vast expanse of the curly-haired Baboons Research Society were numerous pathways. Besides the relatively scarce devils, he gained access to a wealth of knowledge and various items. While these might not surpass what he already possessed in strength, they held the potential to unexpectedly shine in specific situations. Secondly, this decision provided him with a pretext to continue assuming the role of Auror as a Muggle. It created the illusion that his sister still existed somewhere in the world. After the quartet concluded their discussion about the events in the Peculiar Waters, Bard's lifeless body underwent a startling transformation. Ephemeral lights coalesced in the corpse's right hand, causing both flesh and bones to crumble simultaneously. Eventually, the palm resembled that of a baby, small and pallid. The pale hue swiftly shifted, adopting a darker shade reminiscent of the ancient palace's surroundings. It was a dream stealer Beyonder characteristic. Lumion focused his attention and detected a faint grayish-white fog within the shrunken palm. He approached Bard's corpse, crouching down to search for additional items. With this task accomplished, Lumion retrieved the spoils obtained from Mad Lady and Loki from his traveler's bag, placing them on the decrepit stone slabs of the ancient palace. These included a transparent, almost ethereal crystal, a bracelet with 3 diamonds flanked by 4 different colored gems, a rose gold ring adorned with crimson, blood-like gems, a simple silver ring, a dark gold mask capable of concealing the entire face, a featureless small doll bound with white cloth, an intricate but exquisite mechanical music box, and a grayish-white brooch with a metallic gleam resembling lightning. Accompanied by a relatively thin blank painting album and the Dream Stealer Beyonder characteristic, the total count reached 10 items. Lumion then looked up and addressed Hela and Gandalf. "You can choose." "One each." "It's our duty," Gandalf asserted, signifying the curly-haired Baboons Research Society's commitment to rectify past errors. Speaking in Auror's tone, Lumion, shrouded in his hood, remarked, "Duty doesn't preclude the choice of spoils. Just because official Beyonders must protect citizens doesn't mean they can't receive rewards." Gandalf pondered for a moment before turning to Hela. Seeing her lack of objection, he sighed and conceded, "Fine." Lumion's lips formed a smile as he pointed to each item, providing a concise introduction. The illusory transparent stone is a traveler Beyonder characteristic left behind by Mad Lady, but it's severely corrupted. The thin gray fog emanating from it serves as evidence of this. The Dream Stealer Beyonder characteristic is similarly corrupted by that celestial worthy, but the severity is not extreme. It's slightly less severe than the remains of most heretics after their deaths. That bracelet comes from Loki, known as the Seven-Stone Bracelet. Each diamond corresponds to a teleportation, and each colored gem corresponds to a 10-second blink. Once used, it's gone. The drawback is that you hear random sounds when you wear it, ranging from a man having an affair to sounds from an unknown creature. This golden ring, named Blood Gold, bears an engraved inner loop with a brief sentence: "Controlling flesh and blood means controlling everything." Its function enables the wearer to control their flesh and blood like a rose bishop. Additionally, they can employ 3 flesh and blood magics: Flesh Bomb, Flesh Cloak, and Flesh Blood Fusion. The drawback is repeated use may lead to dependence. Ceasing to wear it results in the body collapsing into a pile of flesh and blood, unable to maintain human form. Continual wear may lead to madness and loss of control. That silver ring is a semi-finished ring of the Sea Queen, possessing a high-level steel ability, usable only once. The drawback is that an ancient angel will take notice of you. The dark gold mask, a possession of Loki, survived his self-destruction. Its exact function remains unknown. Sensing it, one might feel an intense desire to wear it, believing it would grant abnormal power. Let's call it the Demon Mask. This featureless white cloth doll, a creation of Mad Lady, corresponds to the faceless of the seer pathway. When affixed to your shoulder, adjusting its facial features and figure is akin to altering your own appearance. Simultaneously, it empowers the wearer to master the ability to create paper figurine substitutes. However, only the first paper figurine proves effective. Beyond these functions, it allows the wearer to employ flames for a dynamic leap and develop a certain premonition of danger. Be warned, though. Carrying it around brings weak bad luck. Moreover, one day, you may realize that its face mirrors yours, and you will cease to be yourself. This mechanical music box, discovered on Loki's corpse, is from an unknown pathway or sequence. It's rumored that the music it plays has the potential to either kill or drive anyone who hears it into madness. However, a prerequisite exists: you must hear the music for at least 10 seconds. I just found this blank painting album from Bard. Its precise effects and drawbacks remain unknown, but based on my experience, the depictions on its pages may come to life or exhibit special effects. Notably, only 9 pages remain, showing signs of tearing. This brooch, belonging to Mad Lady, appears crafted in anticipation of the loss of the governor of the sea's authority and the sea's berserk state. It grants the wearer fish scales, mitigating damage and enabling underwater breathing and movement akin to a fish. Each strike carries the effect of electric shock, with a near 100% probability of triggering natural lightning strikes in thunderstorms. Aligned with sequence 6 or 5 of the Sailor pathway, the negative consequence is a heightened likelihood of being struck by lightning on rainy days, coupled with increased irritability and anxiety after wearing it. Lumion concluded the introduction of the spoils of war, his knowledge derived from Madame Magician. It was evident that for the success of the Sea Prayer ritual, April Fools had entrusted most of their mystical items to Mad Lady. Bard had only left behind an ordinary-looking blank painting album. On the other hand, Loki, the leader of April Fools, had seemingly retained his items privately. Whether it was his nature or a deliberate choice to retrieve them for hunting Ludwig remained unknown. Gandalf looked at Hela. "Take your pick first." Hela approached Lumion, carefully inspecting the 10 items, before singling out Mad Lady's Traveler Beyonder characteristic. It's severely corrupted. Whether you decide to keep it or have an artisan craft items, it's quite dangerous. Leave it to me. In other words, she suggested that she had a method to handle it and mitigate potential harm. All right, Lumion didn't object. He respected the wishes of each individual and allowed them to choose whatever they wanted. Of course, the order of selection mattered too. His team would be last, and he would be last. Hela extended her right hand, and the night outside the ancient palace seemed to stir. The illusory crystal, shrouded in grayish-white fog, vanished. After Hela returned to her spot, Gandalf made his selection. Franca's heart skipped a beat as she observed the president scrutinizing the remaining 9 items. She whispered, "Don't choose the 7-stone bracelet. Don't choose the 7-stone bracelet." That was the teleportation she had been longing for. The Traveler Beyonder characteristic was too dangerous. She didn't dare to set her sights on it. Although the 7-stone bracelet was an expendable item, its advantage lay in its many uses and its relatively manageable negative effects. Gandalf's intense gaze fixed on the dark gold mask, his mutterings barely audible. "I've got a burning desire to delve into its powers and potential. But it's too risky. I'm itching to put it on now. Yes, the blood gold ring aids my experiments into dangerous matters. The blank painting album requires further exploration. The high-level steel ability is also worth studying, but being noticed by an ancient angel is no small matter." After thorough contemplation, Gandalf turned to Hela and spoke. "Can I leave the silver ring here? I want to arrive half an hour early to study it before every gathering." "All right," Hela agreed to Gandalf's request. Thus, the president of the Curly-Haired Baboons Research Society opted for the half-finished ring of the Sea Queen. Franca let out a sigh of relief and grinned at Gandalf. "President, you really should have gone down the reader pathway. You suit their style perfectly." Why did he have to pick warrior, just to live up to the title of Gandalf? Gandalf, the half-giant in a linen robe, glanced at Franca, smiling without uttering a word. Lumion stowed the remaining items back into his traveler's bag, not affording Franca an opportunity to choose first. At Port Santa, near Salo Motel, inside Loki's rented room, Lumion received a response from Madame Magician. Even I can't decipher the intricate abilities of that dark gold mask, indicating its exceptional nature. Inquire with Mr. K if he desires it. If not, leave it in my care for now. I'll seal it and await the opportune moment. It might prove useful when the time comes. Ma'am Hermit has her eyes on the mechanical music box. Other items hold little significance for her, but this one, at least, is exquisite. Mr. Moon expresses interest in the faceless doll. As for the reason, I remain in the dark. I'll entrust you with distributing the rest.